Starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan. Libraries have way more than just books. They provide critical internet access, community programs, and friendly faces. One man in Phillips is giving back to his local library, the same one he went to as a kid. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson joins us live in studio to tell us more. Morgan?
Dan, the Phillips Public Library has been around for a few decades, so it's no surprise that some things need to be updated. I talked to one of the librarians who's been there through the transition. In 1991, the Phillips Public Library was built. The building looked a lot different than it does now.
And the colors were pink and green and purple, and there was a lot going on.
That was back when Jake Wierzakowski visited the library as a kid. Now, Jake visits the library as a librarian.
Yeah, I came to this library, and it was when I was just young enough where I remember when it was pretty new yet.
But it's not new anymore.
It's got 30 years of wear and tear.
To help combat the wear and tear, the library's director set up a building project. The carpet and paint have already been replaced, but there's a lot more work to do. Jake says since the library is a center point for the community, it's important to have everything up to date.
I think a library is important to the community because it is a place that you can go to where there's no expectation of spending money, and you know that you're going to encounter people that are going to try to be helpful and friendly, and you're not going to be pushed or badgered or harassed into leaving with something you don't want.
Jake looks back at good memories of being at the library during his childhood. He wants to offer the same chance for the next generation.
So it's kind of interesting to be back here as an employee and kind of giving it its second chapter in life with a little bit of rehab and remodel.
The next phase of the library's building project is replacing furniture and bookshelves.
Now it's time to hear from our chief meteorologist, Jeff Weller, who's joining us from Cancun, Mexico. Jeff, you are making a lot of people jealous right now.
Hey, Dan. Yeah, my assignment tonight is a rough one. It's about 87 degrees here right now. The sun is out. The ocean breeze is kicking in, and we are just having a great time here to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, of course, which is this week in beautiful Cancun, Mexico. Let's check the weather back in Wisconsin right now, though we're talking about temperatures hanging out in the 40s and 50s today. We'll take it, but there is a better than average chance now for later next week. We actually have 70s entering the forecast for parts of Wisconsin. All right, outside now, though, lots of cloud cover across parts of central and southern parts of Wisconsin. Even some heavy rain showers across southern Wisconsin. Those will stay there. We have high pressure just to the north of the UP right now. We'll keep all that rain to our south, and we're going to keep all of that away from us for a couple of days, actually. No rain in the forecast anytime soon. Let's check on me down here in the Yucatan. Here I am. Temperatures in the 85-ish area, very humid, about 80% humidity it seems like, with lots of sunshine today. Same story for us tomorrow. Very desert, arid climate here in the Yucatan Peninsula. All right, our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies for a couple hours. Low temperatures back, kind of cold in the 20s. I'll have your full forecast coming up. Dan?
The Supreme Court is poised to strike down the landmark Roe v. Wade decision that would cause a major restriction for abortion rights. The reporting is based on an initial draft of the majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito. Because it is a draft, it does not reflect the final decision. That will likely happen in the next 2 months, but this draft is a strong indication of which way the court will rule. Roe v. Wade has ensured constitutionally protected abortion rights for 50 years. Reversing that would allow each state to decide on restricting or even banning abortion. If the draft opinion holds here in Wisconsin, abortion would become immediately illegal because of a 19th century law. There would be a penalty of 6 years in prison. Crowds gathered outside the Supreme Court last night and well into the morning following that report. The document leak is unprecedented by the Supreme Court. Justice Alito wrote Roe v. Wade was egregiously wrong from the start. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said he was appalled by the justice's writing.
This is a dark and disturbing morning for America. Last night, a report disclosed that a conservative majority of the United States Supreme Court is ready to overturn Roe v. Wade and uproot decades of precedent affirming a woman's right to an abortion. If this report is accurate, the Supreme Court is poised to inflict the greatest restriction of rights in the past 50 years, not just on women, but on all Americans.
Democrats are promising a vote to codify abortion right protections into law, but since Democrats do not have 60 votes in the Senate, it will likely be filibustered and not even come to a vote. The La Crosse-based Dairyland Power Cooperative is seeking to build a next-generation nuclear power plant. Dairyland's plan is to build a small module nuclear power plant as part of a long-term bid to decarbonize electricity generation across the board. A lot of electricity depends on fossil fuels right now. There's a growing number of people supporting nuclear power as an environmentally friendly alternative. A meeting to discuss the plan will be happening on Tuesday, May 24th at the Tech Council Innovation Network Luncheon in Madison. In 2018, an oil refinery in Superior, Wisconsin exploded. Now we know that officials knew about the refinery's problems years beforehand. Here's footage of the aftermath of the explosion. The refinery was owned by Husky Energy. Documents from OSHA show officials knew about a critical valve malfunctioning days before the explosion, and there was documented damage going back to 2008. The April 2018 blast injured 36 refinery employees and forced the evacuation of many of Superior's residents. In Virginia, the U.S. Navy is relocating hundreds of sailors who had been living on an aircraft carrier as it investigates a jump in crew suicides. The Navy is now looking into the deaths of 7 crew members on the USS George Washington, including 4 by an apparent suicide in the past year. Monday, more than 200 sailors were allowed to move to a Navy facility while the ship goes through a major refueling and overhaul. The Navy will give crew members more access to support programs while they're on land, but 2,000 to 3,000 sailors will stay on the carrier. The Navy plans to provide critical and additional morale and well-being measures to those sailors during the overhaul. That overhaul is expected to take a number of years. Today was a nice day outside, and some lucky art students in the Rhinelander School District had the chance to make the most of it by creating art on sidewalks. The project that the students took part in today is the first approved public art project from the newly established Rhinelander Public Art Commission. The art they made today around town was a unique art called rain art. To make rain art, you need a special spray called Rainworks Invisible Spray.
I think we did good. We got 13 out of 14 out of my homeroom here, and we spent probably the last 2 or 3 weeks working on stencils.
This is a collaborative project between the GFWC, James Williams Middle School, Rhinelander High School, and Art Start here in Rhinelander. Sarah Squares was happy to be outside and enjoy the sun.
I really enjoy being outside. We don't really get a lot of opportunities to come outside during our other classes, and it's nice to finally get to be out in the sun after how long our winters are here.
The spray isn't permanent, it only lasts around 2 to 4 months. The students are excited to see their art when it rains. Sometimes new mothers have difficulty producing enough breast milk for their child. That's why one mother and entrepreneur thought of a way to get milk from a lab. That story and others after weather with Jeff, right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
People have been wondering, what's gotten into Lindsay? But it's really what Lindsay's gotten into, Planet Fitness. And now through May 10th, you can join for $1 down and only $10 a month. Join now and feel fit-tacular for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. But hurry, deal ends Tuesday, May 10th.
This Mother's Day, celebrate Mom with a beautiful gift from Wickersham Jewelry. Silver and diamond necklaces in a variety of styles. Select from hearts, mother and child pendants, and more. Your choice, only $129. Welcome spring with a 10-karat gold butterfly or bumblebee necklace. Diamond studs priced so every mom can have a pair. Quantities are limited, and these prices are only good through Mother's Day. Wickersham Jewelry. If you can dream it, we can make it.
At Johnsonville, we ask crazy questions every day. Like, what if we made strips of sausage that look like bacon? Would they taste better than bacon? Turns out 1 in 4 Americans like Johnsonville sausage strips better than bacon. Then we asked, can someone who likes sausage strips better than bacon still be considered American? Then we remembered, you can't spell sausage without USA. Johnsonville sausage strips, better than bacon, and possibly more American.
These squirrels are better at saving than we are. And more organized, too. Try embracing your inner squirrel. When you open a BMO Harris Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward every month you save.
That sounds great.
You can also set up savings goals and easily track your progress.
That could help us redo the yard.
You could really go nuts. I'll show myself out.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Okay, fine, I'll bite. What's your story?
I've never felt at home anywhere. The first time that I felt homesick was when I left you on that porch.
This Is Us, the final chapter. Tonight, 9/8 Central on NBC.
I'm hearing real improvement in your speech.
Hank. This beautiful breakthrough where your language comes flooding back, it can happen any moment.
You got it.
People have been wondering,
what's happening to Lindsay?
But it's really what Lindsay's gotten into, Planet Fitness. And now through May 10th, you can join for $1 down and only $10 a month. Join now and feel fit-tacular for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. But hurry, deal ends Tuesday, May 10th.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Willer joins us from Cancun. Jeff, what brings you to sunny Mexico today?
Yeah, you know, we're celebrating Cinco de Mayo down here on a bright sunny day. Temperatures back in the 80s, but that doesn't really change much throughout the year. It is getting increasingly more humid, though, if you care about that stuff. You know, I have a reasoning I go here. I wanted to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Went out last night, closed a couple of the bars down. Don't tell my mother, please. But there really is a celebration going on here right now. You know, New Orleans celebrates Mardi Gras. Cancun celebrates Cinco de Mayo.
That is awesome, Jeff. You know, so you went out last night. What about when you got in? Was it pretty easy to find your accommodations when you got to Cancun?
Yeah, I'm on the resort corridor. There's probably about 50 or 60 just really large resorts along this strip, right on the ocean, by the way. The flight over is easy. It's part of the reason why I do this. It's part of my series, Where in the World is Jeff, through Delta Airlines. And it's places you can go to around the world with direct flights from Minneapolis. You got to get to Minneapolis first, you know, out of Rhinelander if you want to. And then you get a direct flight here to Cancun. You know, I'm almost, directly south of, you know, Crandon by 2,000 miles right now here in sunny Cancun. But yeah, no issues at the airports, although I did notice that the airport is definitely more busy than it was, you know, last year at this time.
Yeah, I bet. Well, Jeff, let's turn our attention to the Northwoods, Crandon, like you mentioned. The weather probably doesn't compare to down there, right?
Yeah, of course, it's not as warm as it is here, but I'm also closer to the equator. But we do have some good news in the forecast for those of you who want warmer temperatures. There is a 70-degree temperature in our 7-day forecast right now. Look outside now here in Minocqua, looking pretty good, right? The skies are clearing out, and some partly cloudy skies. We'll have low temperatures in the 20s tonight. Lots of temperatures in the 50s out there now, but again, we're going to work on that as there's a pattern change kind of happening, a more zonal flow, basically getting Pacific Ocean air across the Midwest and Great Lakes. That will moderate temperatures nicely. In fact, here's the big picture across the Great Lakes. What you don't see is the really deep blues that were a problem a week ago, right? Those are gone, or they're moderating, and that's good news for us. The average highs, of course, up near 60 this time of year. A lot of you, I know, want that. I'm getting lots of Facebook messages now saying how jealous you are. We don't have this. This is coming. Probably not quite this warm across north central Wisconsin, but, you know, we'll get into the 80s, of course, in a couple of days this summer. All right, here's the trend, though. Look at this. We have temperatures hanging out in the 50s to 60s, and then at the end of this, if your eye takes you over there, there's a 70 in there, and that could be a mid-70 as we get a surge of warmer temperatures in the area later next week. All right, looking outside now, though, lots of clouds across central and southern parts of the state. Lots of rain across southern Wisconsin today. That will stay there as high pressure is parked just to our north right now. That will keep all those precipitation, at least, across southern Wisconsin into northern Illinois. But there are some things off to the west. There's several disturbances across the Midwest and Great Lakes that will kind of rotate through. There'll be a couple of chances for some light shower activity. No big storms in our forecast anytime soon. All right, so here's our forecast then for this area here in Cancun, right? Here I am in the Yucatan Peninsula. You know, 66 million years ago, a meteorite landed over there, which, you know, they say took out the dinosaurs. But that's not happening, of course, in northern Wisconsin. Our forecast for tonight, we're talking about cold temperatures again. Put a log on the fire, low temperatures down in the mid-20s, which is below average again. But then tomorrow looking better, right? Back up in the 50s and 60s tomorrow with some sunshine across the region. We will take it. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows the story. We have a moderating trend in temperatures. Lots of you are waiting for that. It's happening, fingers crossed, toward the end of the week with temperatures in the 70s. Dan?
We'll have more from Jeff on Newswatch 12 at 6 and 10 from Cancun. Well, with warmer weather comes unwanted pests, including ticks. May is National Lyme Disease Awareness Month. Lincoln County Humane Society is partnering with the Wisconsin Department of Health Services to remind the public to fight the bite by protecting themselves from tick bites that may lead to Lyme disease or other illnesses. Lyme disease is a bacterial infection spread by deer ticks. Deer ticks are common in Wisconsin and live in wooded areas or grassy areas right next to the woods. Lyme disease symptoms typically develop within 3 to 30 days after being bitten. They're often flu-like symptoms, including fever, chills, fatigue, and nausea. Some people who contract Lyme disease also develop an expanding rash, often in the shape of a bullseye. Scientists are developing a new type of lab-grown human milk for babies. BioMilk is a startup based in North Carolina. The company says it's on track to create infant milk generated with human tissue. It's made with cells from donated mother's milk along with breast tissue. The lab then grows those cells and incubates them in a reactor that mimics the environment found in a human. BioMilk's co-founder says she got the idea after struggling to produce enough breast milk for her first child. She also says this product will be nutritionally more like human milk than formulas. The company hopes it will be available in about 3 years. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled the city of Boston violated the First Amendment rights of a Christian group. It was seeking to raise its religious flag outside City Hall. Ted Wayman reports from Boston.
These are the flags normally flying above City Hall. The U.S. flag, POW flag, the state flag, and the Boston City flag. For years, many groups applied for and were granted to fly their flag in place of the city flag for short stints, including Black Lives Matter and the Pride flag. That was until 2017.
Well, we wanted to fly the Christian flag.
This is the Christian flag Hal Shurtleff wanted to fly above City Hall, but was denied. He sued, and today the U.S. Supreme Court sided with Hal. Justice Breyer wrote the decision, summing up, Boston did not make raising and flying a private group's flags a form of government speech. That means, in turn, that Boston's refusal to let Shurtleff and the Camp Constitution raise their flag based on its religious viewpoint abridged their freedom of speech.
They probably should just give them the permit and be done with it.
It took 5 years in the courts. Matt Staver argued the case in front of the land's highest court.
We clearly wanted to get the message that this was private speech in the public forum, open to all applicants, except Boston wanted to close it to Christian viewpoints. That's unconstitutional.
On City Hall Plaza, few knew of the Supreme Court ruling, but most we surveyed don't care what flags fly, as long as they are not obscene.
We've been prepared for this and are working very closely now to digest the details and understand everything that we could do at the city level to make sure we are in line with the legal requirements and running a program that is inclusive and welcoming to all.
Some security issues can't be helped by fences or locks. Coming up on Newswatch 12 at 5, we'll learn how one faith community is helping another feel safer. We'll be right back.
Sore back but hate mattress shopping? Yes.
Totally dread it.
Totally. Come to Slumberland and see how we've made mattress shopping easy.
How easy is that?
So easy.
So easy.
Get your sleep solution at Slumberland Furniture. You can always find great-looking furniture at incredible everyday low prices at Slumberland Furniture. Like these modern sectionals and sofas, starting as low as $3.99. And always free doorstep shipping. Get your look.
For less.
At Slumberland Furniture.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor.
With Cellcom, new and existing customers get the same great deals, both fair and clear. What's not clear is how to navigate a roundabout.
Wait for it. Now? I'm going now.
I'm trying.
Okay, breathe and go.
We're in.
Navigating roundabouts? Unclear. Getting the same great deals whether you're a new or existing customer? Crystal clear. Cellcom. Clarity in a cloudy world.
Now how do we get out?
I'm getting dizzy.
Now's the time to start your lawn and garden projects with 11% off everything at Menards. Mastermark Lawn Edging is the perfect way to add a finishing touch to your garden. Save 11% on all Mastermark Lawn Edging. Keep your garden growing with Yardworks Garden Hoses. This 50-foot heavy-duty garden hose features a guard and grip connector for easy attachment. It's $19.99 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Sue right, Jake middle, me on the left.
Yeah, I knew I'd win.
Are you saying
What's
something?
really happening over there?
I think you're on mute.
There's no substitute for real gaming fun. Go where fun lives. Ho Chung Gaming Wittenberg.
It's Teacher Appreciation Week, and some Northwood schools are thanking some of the hardest working teachers in the area. Here are some pictures from the Lac du Flambeau Public School. Local businesses like Triggs, Safemore, the LDF Ojibwe Market, and Hoggy Doggies all donated gift cards and coupons to the school, who in turn handed them out to deserving teachers and school staff. Big thank you to all the Northwoods teachers for the valuable work that you do. A community in Washington State is celebrating the end of Ramadan. It comes after they had some serious security concerns a couple of years ago. But rather than surround the place with fences or armed guards, they went to the community, a group who now goes by a pretty catchy name. Drew Michelson has more.
Robert's here.
They shoot the breeze here every Friday.
Hi. Good. How you doing?
And their presence is appreciated.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for having us.
It's just a testament of humanity, you know, multiculturalism and the acceptance of diversity.
Heading into the Islamic Center of Olympia, many of the members acknowledge the group of non-Muslims out in front.
When they walk by on the sidewalk and they look over at us and they do this, we know what that means. That's universal language for thanks. We appreciate you.
Linda Anthony heads up
It's our pleasure.
the Mosketeers.
That's not fair. You know, you should be safe in your house of worship.
The volunteers have been here every Friday for more than 5 years now at the request of the mosque.
Maybe the people who would throw flash bombs won't do it while we're here.
Last November, someone dropped an explosive device, perhaps fireworks, in front of the mosque. But that was by no means the first incident here. In 2017, members of Olympia's mosque went to the community,
And I want you to think deeply of someone that you love.
asking if anyone would be willing to stand guard during the Friday afternoon prayers, the most attended of the week.
Having somebody out there, right, who is watching makes a big difference to us.
They're not armed and haven't had to be. In all the years, there's only been one person who came by yelling obscenities. The thought is just their presence wards off any hate.
Well,
Mustafa Muhammad Ali would like to see the Mosketeers go worldwide.
It's very catchy, right? Maybe we should register it.
I can't see a time when I won't want to come up here.
Linda Anthony says this experience
We're here for the love.
is more spiritual for her than any church she's ever been to.
We've got a relationship now, so that's what keeps us coming is friendships.
With Angus beef, melty Swiss, and bacon between toasted sourdough. Oh, yeah. The Frisco Angus Burger is for those who know an icon when they see one. Because flavor like this is always in style. Bite into the Frisco Angus Burger, part of the Frisco menu, only at Hardee's.
Maybe your bath is outdated, or it's difficult to clean, or it's just not as safe as it should be. Bella Friday here, and I am joined by Brian Gottlieb from Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Brian, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Bella.
So Brian, two of the most common questions that we get are, what are the design options and are they affordable?
What are the design options? It really have endless designs that Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has brought to the market, right? All with great colors and textures and hardware. Well, we actually come to your home and we bring all these things with us so you can design the bath of your dreams in the comfort of your own home. They'll even bring an iPad with them, so they design the bath on an iPad as you're picking out choices so you can really see what your bath or shower will look like.
And how does Jacuzzi Bath Remodel make that affordable?
Yeah, so on that very same iPad that we did the design work, they can do a very simple credit application and get an instant credit decision.
So not going to the bank?
No, none of that. It's a simple signature loan.
And what are some of the different terms for that?
Sure, well, we have a couple of different programs. We have a 12-month same as cash program if you want to not pay anything for a year. But we also have programs where the entire payment is about 1% of the overall project.
Okay, so just doing some quick math, if someone were to update their bathroom for $7,000, that's only $70 a month?
Yeah, it's really affordable. Imagine that having a beautiful bath installed in your home for $70 a month. You don't have to deal with a dangerous bath or a bath that's dirty anymore. You can truly have the bath of your dreams.
And I happen to know that Jacuzzi Bath Remodel brought some great savings. Take a look.
Now, for a limited time, we're waiving the installation costs on your new bath or shower project, and we'll postpone all of your payments for 1 full year. Now is the best time to finally get the jacuzzi shower you've always wanted. Remember, your installation costs are waived, and we'll postpone all your payments for 1 full year. This is a limited time offer, so be sure to call now and start saving today.
With ham, melty cheese, and an egg on toasted sourdough. Oof. The recipe for standing out is keeping things simple, making this breakfast your most iconic meal of the day. Bite into the Frisco Breakfast Sandwich, part of the Frisco menu, only at Hardee's.
Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 5. Nightly news with Lester Holt is up next.